Now, next point 7.4, linear momentum of a system of particle. Okay. Now, first we have consider a linear momentum act on a single particle. Okay. Consider a linear momentum. Consider a linear momentum of a particle, of a single particle is defined as linear momentum act on a single particle is defined as, that is, linear momentum p is equal to mass into velocity. Linear momentum p is equal to mass into velocity, where p is a vector, that velocity is also vector. Now this is the equation number 1. Okay, then using Newton's second law, using Newton's second law, okay, the force act on a single particle is, okay, by using a Newton's second law, the force act on the single particle is that F is equal to dp by dt. Now this is the equation number 2. Okay, force is nothing but rate of change of momentum, that is dp by dt. Okay, that is momentum p is equal to mass into velocity, p is equal to mv. Therefore, using Newton's second law, the force acting on a single particle F is equal to dp by dt. Okay, now let us consider that this is for a single particle. Okay, now let us consider a system consists of a n particle. Let us consider a system consists of n particles. Okay, means in a system n particles are present. Okay, let us consider a system of n particle. Let us consider a system consists of n particles with a mass. Okay, this system consists of n particles with a mass. M1 is the mass of first particles, M2 is the mass of second particle, and so on, and Mn is the mass of a n particle. Okay, now one system having a n particles, okay, with a mass M1, M2, M3 up to so on, up to Mn respectively, and velocities of particle and velocities of a particles are, okay, that particles moves with the velocities v1, v2, v3, and so on up to vn respectively. Okay, the system consists of a number of particles having a mass m1, m2, m3 up to mn, and that all particles moves with the velocity v1, v2, v3 up to vn, okay, respectively. Then the linear momentum, of a particle, then the linear momentum of a particle is given by, okay, linear momentum of a first particle is m1 v1, second particle is m2 v2, third particle is m3 v3, and nth particle is mn vn respectively. Okay, now system consists of n number of particles having their masses m1, m2, m3 up to mn, and that particles moving with the velocity v1, v2, v3 up to vn, and the linear momentum of a particle is given by m1 v1, that is the momentum of first particles. Momentum of second particle is m2 v2, momentum of the third particle is m3 v3, and so on up to momentum of m particle is mn vn respectively. Okay, then for such a system of n particles, the linear momentum of a system is defined as, okay, now the linear momentum, of n particle system, is defined as, okay, therefore the linear momentum of a n particle system is defined as, that is total linear momentum p is equal to linear momentum of first particle plus linear momentum of second particle plus linear momentum of third particle, and so on up to a linear momentum of n particle. Therefore linear momentum of such a system is equal to p1. P1 is nothing but m1 into v1, p2 is nothing but m2 into v2 plus p3 is nothing but m3 into v3, and so on up to pn is equal to mn into vn. Therefore total linear momentum of a n particle system p is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2 plus m3 v3 plus so on up to mn vn. Okay, therefore p is equal to, that is summation of mi into vi. Okay, mi into vi. Therefore this is also, okay, this is nothing but m into v. Therefore the linear momentum p is equal to m into v. Okay, therefore the total linear momentum of n particle system p is equal to m into v. Okay, now see here, this is the equation number 3. Okay, therefore the total linear momentum of a system of particle is equal to the product of the total mass of the system, and v is the velocity of center of mass. Okay, therefore the total linear momentum of a system, therefore the total linear momentum of a system, therefore the total linear momentum of a system of particles, the total linear momentum of a system of particles is equal to the product of the total mass of the system is the product of the total mass of the system is the product of total mass of the system and v is the velocity of the center of mass. Total mass of the system and velocity of the center of mass Okay, therefore the total linear momentum p is equal to the product of the total mass of the system m and the velocity of the center of mass. Okay, that is v. Okay, now differentiating equation 3. Now we have to differentiate that equation 3. Differentiating equation 3 with respect to t, with respect to time t. Okay, with respect to time. Okay, therefore differentiating equation 3 with respect to time, therefore dp by dt is equal to, m is a constant, therefore taking outside m into dv by dt. Then you know that dv by dt, okay, that dv by dt is nothing but acceleration, therefore m into a, therefore dp by dt is nothing but mass into acceleration. Then we have already seen in a previous point that m into a is nothing but a external force, therefore dp by dt is nothing but a total external force act on the system. Okay, this is the equation 4. Then this is differentiating equation 3, means dp by dt is equal to, here m is a constant, therefore taking outside to differentiation, therefore m into dv by dt. Then you know that dv by dt is nothing but a acceleration. Okay, dv by dt, v is the velocity of a center of mass, therefore dv by dt is nothing but a acceleration of center of mass, therefore mass into, that is total mass of the system, and that is acceleration of the center of mass, their product is known as a external force act on the body, therefore dp by dt is equal to total external force act on the system. Okay, therefore equation 4 okay, look like as Newton's second law. Newton's second law. Okay, means equation 6 is the, that is equation 4 is the Newton's second law. Therefore dp by dt is equal to total external force act on the system. Okay, this is the Newton's second law. Okay, now suppose external force, suppose that total external force act on a system of particle is zero or absent. Okay, means total external force act on the system is zero or there will be no force act on the system. Okay, then equation 4 become dp by dt is equal to, that is total external force is absent or total external force is 0, therefore dp by dt is equal to 0. This implies that when differentiation dp by dt is 0, okay, in that case that p is a constant. Okay, when the differentiation of some quantity is 0, then that quantity is constant, therefore p is constant. Okay, means that linear momentum of a system of particle is constant. Okay, therefore when in the absence of a external force, the total linear momentum of a system is constant. Okay, therefore this is the law of conservation of total linear momentum. Okay, thus when total external force act on a system is 0. Okay, means when total external force act on a system is 0, the total linear momentum of a system is constant. Okay, means when external force, okay, when external force is 0, okay, means when external force is 0, that is dp by dt is 0, then p is constant. When total external force act on the system of particle is 0, then in that case p is constant, means linear momentum of a system is constant. Okay, this is called as the law of principle of linear momentum. The law of conservation of linear momentum. This is the law of, not a principle, this is the law of conservation of linear momentum. Okay, conservation of linear momentum. Okay, what is the law of conservation of momentum? When total external force act on the system is 0, then the total linear momentum act on the system is constant. This is called as the law of conservation of linear momentum. Okay, means when external force is 0, then the total linear momentum act on the system is constant. This is the law of conservation of linear momentum.